Alright, so, hello everyone, I'm Ryan, and well, as you can see, I'm using a face cam for today's video because, well, one, I can, and primarily because I thought, you know what, than trying to decide should I do an IRL, kind of just camera only, or should I do a gameplay background, kind of commentary thing, I thought why not just combine them, together. Now, I'll admit, Battlefield 1 is not exactly the best choice for a, I guess, somewhat casual approach to a little bit of commentary or just talking about stuff, but whatever. It's what I got, I'm gonna work with it. So, yeah, I mean, I've been trying to keep myself busy over the past couple of months, picked up some things, dropped them. One of the ones that, I don't know, I really wished I could have gotten a lot better at or had much more interest in was Blender. Like just modeling specifically, but oh man, the amount of motivation like you need, and especially because of how things are, it's really difficult to keep that motivation up, especially when that one tiny mistake or that one little thing that you missed along the way essentially means you have to restart like maybe all the way from the beginning, or at least from like maybe 10 steps back. Ugh, the amount of times that happens is just depressing. And so I thought, what, I'll just drop it and yeah, pretty much try and do something else. I mean, there are some things that I am planning on learning eventually. Not really gonna reveal them just yet. But yeah, that was one of the things that I tried, didn't really work, and there were other smaller things in between, but that was one of the more significant ones. But at least the other aspect, which I seem to have actually gotten down pretty well, is working out. I mean, as you could probably already see, I look probably a lot more different than the last time I really did one of these. Yeah, I mean, it's also another reason why I'm actually okay with the face cam, because before, oh lord, no, I would not consider a face cam. That would just give me death of embarrassment. I just want to get... Oh, really? Okay. I don't even know how he got me, but alright. So, yeah. Now I'm actually okay with it, and the main reason why I've not actually been uploading is purely due to the fact that I actually forgot. As dumb as that may sound, it's like, most of the time when I get down and actually sit down and record, I'll oftentimes, I have these lists, right, these to-do lists on all over my monitors. And basically I have to keep crossing them off, and normally whenever I sit down, I kind of get distracted and look at them and like, oh shit, I still didn't do that. And yeah, pretty much, I get distracted, and then I completely forgot why I was at my computer in the first place, and yeah. That's the thing, there's actually some pretty good videos, I guess, in the making. Not in the making, I've not even started making them, but I have the footage for them, but haven't really gotten down to doing anything with them. That's just purely because I'm a forgetful bastard. But essentially, yeah, that's pretty much it. And so, because of that, I was like, alright, you know what, I'll just make a video, regardless, good or bad, I don't really care. So that, essentially it put me back on that kind of, trail of hey, I need to make videos. I mean, this is what happens most of the time. I have to make at least one video, essentially just make myself do it. And then after that, anything else beyond that, if I want to make videos after that, it's a lot more easier. Alright, this bastard, where's he going? Wait, where'd he go? Okay. Weird. Yeah, so that is another thing I wanted to talk about. I'll come to it in a little bit, but yeah, I'll admit, yes, I have had at times, issues with, I guess, motivation when it comes to working out. Since you kind of, you see the, scale going up and down, and I realized that actually I hit a secondary weight plateau. The funny thing is, this time around, the solution to it, like last time, is essentially the complete polar opposite of it. But last time when I got a weight plateau, I needed to do, I needed to do, just a little bit more exercise, as in just add a little bit more resistance, a little bit more difficulty to it, and that got me over my weight plateau. This time, it is the opposite, where I actually needed to cut down a little bit, because every, in a week, maybe even 2 to 3 times a week, I would get fatigue, and pretty, bad fatigue too, to the point of, well, I would get fevers. That's how bad my fatigue was. I mean, that's essentially just how much I overworked myself. And then I slowly started dialing back, and I was noticing that, yeah, the fatigue was coming down, and also my, when you get fatigue, essentially immediately your body kind of, completely loosens up and goes into recovery mode. And that also just means that you do, randomly just put on a bunch of weight, and normally the way to fix it is you just rest, and the next day you'll be back at, your previous weight. But that's the thing, since I kept on getting fatigue, it would just randomly keep shooting up, sometimes going down, but not like, like it didn't go too much lower than that one area where it was like plateauing. And so weirdly enough, by doing less, I actually crossed that plateau pretty easily. Like, I'm not even kidding. By doing, like, I essentially cut down like this huge part of the workout and... Oh, okay. Hold up. Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. Damn it. uh, there is no excuse for that sniping, by the way. That is just... my personal skill has just gone way down. But yeah, like... I just cut it down, like, essentially, like, maybe about 30% from what I would do. Like, I decided, I'm just gonna make a big cut down and see what that gives me. And within a day, I dropped a kilo. Within one day of actually just cutting down. And so then I decided, I'm gonna be a little bit more smart about this. Even if my body, or like, not my body, more like my mind is telling me that I can go further, I can really push that limit, I'm not gonna listen to it. Because I'm now more focusing on just generally creating a plan. Because the thing is, how you feel versus how you actually are is oftentimes gonna be very, very different. So, okay, like, essentially, your body oftentimes is not gonna give you the right signals. Okay, I need to stop, aim. Right! Right! Wait, that was weird. How did he get me at one shot? Okay, that was weird. Yeah. No, the thing is, like, since it's been so long since I've properly sniped, I keep forgetting I have to, like, stand still, look at the target and aim. I'm just trying to, like, quickscope for some reason. I mean, it worked for a second there, but... die, bro. But yeah. Oh, yo, chill, bro, chill. Okay, so... essentially, yeah, that's the thing. I needed to cut back. And since I did that, yeah, now I'm actually dropping weight pretty nicely, and I don't feel like, I don't have that concern of like waking up each morning with my fingers crossed that, hey, I hope I don't get fatigued today. Alright, so beyond that, the last thing I want to talk about is a bit of a funny story that happened today in the morning. So I took my dog out, right, and just as I'm like crossing the road, I'm driving, like I get a message on WhatsApp from a friend. Oh, also, I forgot to mention the fact that this is the same IRL friend who I talked about his YouTube channel a little while ago, Banana Peel. So, yeah, the exact same guy. And, as you can see, I'm wearing a red shirt. So, like, since I'm driving and I'm crossing, I can't really, like, actually see what's there. I just took a quick glance at it, and it said something about a red shirt. And I was like, huh, what's this about, red shirt? But I just kind of ignored it, and I thought, once I, like, go and park the car and all that, let me have a look. And essentially, he says that, or he asked something to the lines of just like, hey, were you wearing a red shirt and were you, like, were you with your dog, like, just now? And, I just, like, answered yes, something like that. But it didn't really register with me that the fact that he actually had to be there to see that. I was like, oh, yeah, I was, lol, and that's it. And then, like, he sends me a couple of question marks, so I wait, what happened? And then it registers in my head that, wait a second. And, yeah, then turns out that, yeah, he actually shifted to this area around the same time I shifted to here. I mean, I believe it was his sister who has a house here, and, like, they were planning on moving here for a while, like, as long as, I have. And yeah, funny enough, like a friend of mine, who we go back probably more than 10 years now that I think about it, and for almost a full 2 years, didn't even notice. He was like right next to me, essentially. Like, that's kind of, it's really stupid, because back where in my old house where I used to live, we were maybe a couple of kilometers apart, and now again we live somewhat relatively close, actually a lot closer, but that's the thing, it's like maybe less than a kilometer apart from each other, and still, we never once had ever run into each other, or nor did we ever bring up the subject to one another that we actually moved. So, I just find that so hilarious, that not once during this entire time, like where I moved or he moved, we never ever thought to bring up that, hey, we actually moved here. That's the thing. I think he was probably one of the only people who I actually discussed properly exactly where I live because, he's gonna live in the same place or similar like place. And yeah, that's a funny thing. Yeah, he actually lives like I think pretty much just a couple of minutes out. It's ridiculous that we've never seen each other. And yeah, I mean, he just saw me in passing. I don't even know how he recognized me. He said he saw like apparently like I looked like I did in my DP, so I was like, okay, cool. I guess no, I would have never been able to recognize anyone like that because of the mask and all that. But yeah, that is hilarious. But cool, I guess. I mean, this is, I think, one of the first people, or the only person I know in this actual area. Like, at least in my old house, I knew some people, either friends I grew up with or even, friends I went to school with. At least there were some who lived around. But when I came here, I was completely alone. Like, there's no one else who lives here because this is like, kind of out there. It's on the way to the airport. So, it's kind of like this big, open, empty areas, I suppose. So yeah, it's kind of funny that we have not ran into each other for 2 years and just randomly one morning decide to just, he just spots me and yeah, that is just hilarious. Okay, that guy is probably hacking. Maybe. I mean, I'm probably overthinking it. Never mind. 36 and 6 with a Mondragon sniper. I call bullshit. But anyway, yeah, I think that's all I needed to talk about for now. Mainly, I just wanted to make a video, so that I can actually start working on some other stuff. I have some pretty interesting stuff. I think the next video is gonna be a little Phasmophobia video, perhaps. Perhaps. I'm not gonna fully confirm on that. It probably also could be a review as well, but I'm gonna try and make it a Phasmophobia video just because, yeah, had a lot of fun playing that game. So, anyway, with that being said, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and well, I shall see you guys later. And my burp will also see you later. So, yeah, see ya.